Hey, Bye Thomas here. Today, we're going to be changing out a drive belt. And this is a new drive belt that I've never run before. This is actually a solid triple V belt that I've never run before. The typical one that you find on Timberking sawmills, as you see, has all those cogs in the belt. And I did talk to the folks over at Timberking. They do sell this one. I wanted to try something different. In the past, before they had the addition of this idler pulley up there, they said that they used to run, or they attempted to run, a solid belt. The solid belts slipped or had slipping issues. Then they switched to a cog belt. Now, if you've bought a cog belt before, you know that they're a little bit more expensive than a solid belt because, you know, they have to actually cut out those cogs. But if you've run a cog belt before, you'll know that you'll throw teeth. Now, this belt that's been on there, it's been on there for 300, 400 hours. I don't know, it's been on there quite a while. And you can see it's had some blade blow-ups and stuff like that. It is still running just fine, but we're gonna make this the spare belt and go ahead and switch out to a new belt because my dad has actually been cutting a ton of wood. He's been cutting just an absolute massive amount of wood and everything. So I wanna make sure he has the best possible belt on there. Don't have to worry about a belt blow-up or anything like that while he's working these next few months before I get down here. I'm gonna go ahead and run through what we're gonna do first. First things first, you got to take off this upper portion of this cover. You take that off by removing 4 bolts. Actually, I think it might be 5, but you got these 2 right here. You got this one right here. You got this one right here. And I guess that's it. So just those 4. Those are the 4 you're going to remove. That'll come off. And then you're going to go ahead on this tensioner pulley right there. Behind that bracket, there's a nut, or a bolt, excuse me. That bolt, which is that bolt right there, you're going to go ahead and detension that, and then we'll go ahead, remove that belt. But actually, before you do that, you'll actually have to take off. In front of this, you'll see there's actually the hydraulic pump right here. The hydraulic pump will have to loosen that up, move it over slightly, and it's a little bit of a process, but it's all good. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. Okay, so hopefully this won't take me too long. I'm just going to absolutely eat through my battery. Let's see, this is 7/16. That's what I found these bolts here to be. Or nuts and bolts, excuse me. Left and loosey, righty tighty. Again, we got to get off this plate. We're going to look in here, clean up as much as we can. There's going to be sawdust and probably some belt material and stuff like that. These belts, whenever you engage the clutch, they do have a little bit of slap that goes on in there. Not too bad. And if I'm not mistaken, I know my 2000, note the washers. Some of these washers might have a flat edge on them. I have not taken this off in quite some time, since I had a hydraulic leak when we first got the mill. I'm sure my dad I know has taken it off before because he's changed out this belt once before. He had, well, no, actually I did. The teeth, like I was talking about, those cog teeth, it was from the factory within the first, I'd say 150 hours or so. It just blew out all those teeth, and Timberking replaced that belt free of charge. But that's another reason why I'm excited about switching over to this solid belt, because I don't have to worry about, you know, losing teeth. Maybe I'll speed this up so you don't watch me for forever. Be slow. It's funny, I always come up here and do all the maintenance on my dad's sawmill. I don't know how I became the maintenance guy, but all good. I'm just happy he's running the crap out of this thing and making some pretty good money. Yeah, my sawmill it doesn't have this holder right here. It's actually up, if I'm not mistaken, at the top, because the engine mount, or the engine's different, the way that they do it. All right, so all the washers on this one are the same. Looks like it's different on the my 2020. All right, there you have it. Not too much sawdust in here. Now, there is a tool that I do not have here. I do have it up in Wisconsin, and that's a tensioning tool. It's a spring that's recessed into like a pogo stick, if you will, and you press down on this, and I believe at, what was it, a certain number of pounds, like 18 pounds, it's like 1 inch deflection. So with my calibrated finger and calibrated eye, I know about how hard I'm pressing right there. That's complete bullshit, but whatever. All right, so next thing, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this hydraulic belt first. I need to loosen up these 2 bolts right here, and this whole hydraulic assembly is gonna slide to my right. Let's see what size. Not 5/8. Boom, 9/16. That's close. On the back side. Let's go ahead and get I'm missing a vital tool. Okay, so we know it's 9/16. When I say I'm missing a vital tool, I'm missing my counterpart metric sized wrench. Okay, that's loosened up. Do the same thing on this side. Freely should move, free-ish really. I'm just gonna work this belt off. They don't give you much room to work with. Because I got some sawdust in here. There you go. All right, hydraulic belt off. Quick little inspection. Looks absolutely fantastic, so that's good. While all this is off, I'll also get the blower up here and get this off. Now, I've got a detension with this bolt right here, which is probably 3/4 inch. See if I'm right. Oh yeah, I'm right. 3/4 inch. I've got my set point already on here, so we're going to assume that that's probably the right tension anyways. Loosen that right up. And you actually have to move this out quite a bit. This also right here, if you follow any of the posts on the Facebook site, this bolt combination here that holds this on here does have a tendency to fail. It may not be the best weld sometimes. It's just something periodically to check out. If you see this starting to deflect down and stuff like that, you can easily take this whole assembly off, and then you can take it down to machine shop and have someone kind of work this. There you have it. We've got that loosened up. I'm going to go ahead and go down a little bit more if I can. Like I said, you got to take it quite a bit, because there is not much that's all I'm going to get. All right, now I got to start at the top here. Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of use it, angle it, and it'll walk right off. Easy as pie. I don't know if pie is easy, but this is totally easy. There we go. There we go. All right. Out with the old, and with the new. We're going to look at this belt here too, and I'll show you kind of up close and personal. I know the sunlight's probably not the greatest, and I apologize, but it's where I got my camera set up. So we have essentially all the teeth on here, but if you look at this belt, she's had a hard life. But that's a spare belt now. It's still good. It's still been doing the job just fine. We're going to swap that out with the new Whamadine right here. Right here. Get this sucker on here. I'm sure it's going to go on there so much easier because it's brand new and it's, yeah, just going to be so much easier. I got a feeling it's going to be a lot tighter because it has not been ran for, I don't know, 600 plus hours. However many hours my dad put on this, maybe more. It's a tight fit right there. But we got that through. Make sure she's on all the grooves. If you put this on the wrong grooves, probably be a bad day. Just saying. Remember that goes on top there. And yeah, she's nice and tight. It's just gonna be the reverse. Working it from the bottom up. Oh yeah, loads of room for activities. There we go. Get myself just a little bit more there because I need it on this one. So close. And there you have it. Easy as pie. However easy that is. Alright. Now I gotta use my calibrated finger to do all that stuff. But before I do that, while I got this open, you might want to mind your ears here for a second. I just want to blow all this stuff in my face. That's on there. Let's go ahead and commence to tightening this sucker up. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a head start if I can get it out. There we go. Alignment looks good. She's not folded over anywhere. There we go. Hope y'all find this channel helpful, interesting, all that good stuff. The sun's not too bad. Let me see what it looks like. Alright, I'm going blind, but I think that's correct. Alright, so we know we got to at least take up that much space. But yeah, there's a lot of new stuff happening on the channel this next year. If you're following, you know I live in Wisconsin and I absolutely love Wisconsin. We're going to keep our house in Wisconsin. Could not be happier with the people, area. I'm going to make it a little bit tighter than it was before. But yeah, overall, love Wisconsin. We love it so much we're keeping our house up there because there is a slight possibility I can make it back up there in my career. But we'll see. Regardless, we love Wisconsin so much. We're going to keep our house up there and, of course, keep our house here. Tennessee is my favorite state, but Wisconsin's quickly approaching number 2 just because it's so freaking awesome. Awesome people. We have some fantastic friends up there. It's just a very safe area, good neighborhood. Ice fishing. My son's ice fishing out there probably today and tomorrow. I'm down here in Tennessee. Having a blast, don't get me wrong, but it sucks being away from the family. Down here for 3 weeks. Can't say what I'm doing, but I'm doing something for work. I'll just say that. I'm doing something for work. But yeah, I love it up there. But back to what I was talking about is we got a lot of stuff going on. My sister-in-law has been renting our house down. Well, yeah, she's renting our house down here. She's going to need a new place to stay, and I said, you know what? Perfect opportunity to show something on the channel. We're going to be building a timber frame home, folks. So the good thing is my parents have an additional house here on the property. So my mother-in-law will stay in that while I am working the other property. But with the help of my father-in-law, we're going to make about a 30 by 40 timber frame property or home, whatever you want to call it. So that's going to be super exciting. I am so fortunate that my father-in-law knows a lot of interesting stuff, and he's built a couple timber frame structures on his property. I'm just tightening this up right now. Should be good. And he gave me a cut list today, and it's a pretty intense cut list, but it should be an easy day with this mill and my mill. And we're going to build a single-story timber frame home on my 7-acre property right across the street here from my parents. So that'll be exciting. And I'm trying to see if I can go to, I don't think I'll be able to make it to a Shelter Institute class, but I'll probably attempt to do their online course and go from there. All right, so we've done everything right now. Now we need to do go ahead and run her up and test it to make sure everything's tight, make sure the hydraulic's tight enough here, it's not slipping. So we're gonna crank up the sawmill, engage the clutch, make sure the belt looks good, everything's looking good, and then we'll be done with this job. Okay, sawmill's cranked up. Let's see if she'll lift. Yep, no issue there. That's about the heaviest hydraulic function probably there is. Let's see what the belt looks like. Yep, belt looks good there. Now let's go ahead and engage that clutch. Now I don't have a blade on there. That should be all right. Yep, that's doing good. And yeah, everything looks good. That's my calibrated finger testing. Again, you want about 18 pounds, 1 inch of deflection that feels about right. I don't know how else to explain that. So, yeah, now I feel confident. I can go ahead, put everything back together, put a blade on here. We'll try it through a piece of wood. All right, folks, we just changed out that belt, put everything back together, all hydraulics work, everything. Let's go ahead and make our first cut, make sure no slippage or anything like that. We got a copper log on the mill right now, and the blade on there is decently sharp, so let's go see how she does. Touch on. Nice and quiet. Speed her up. Let's do that. Everything on the Sawmill is nice and quiet. There's no bearing noise, there's no belt flap noise. All in all, it's just a quiet machine. Once again, now I did a deep cut on there because there was a whole lot of dirt and debris and stuff on there. But folks, this is what I'm talking about right here. Spalted poplar. One of my favorite spalted woods. It looks absolutely amazing. And yeah, finishing off the video on a good note there. So again, bearing change out complete. Drive belt change out complete. Maintenance on the mill. The only thing I've got left to do is I gotta check the air filter, and we'll change out this hydraulic filter at some point, probably my next trip down here, or if I get something this week, we'll change that out as well, and probably change out all the hydraulic fluid as well. The machine has over 800 hours on it. She's been running great and everything, and we want to make sure she runs for a very, very long time. All right, please like, subscribe. Again, I appreciate everyone's support on the channel, and hopefully this video is helpful to you. We'll see you around. Thanks.